the same PNG.
Somebody asked, is Rich frozen? No. He's just like a sloth. He just so slow. It's almost imperceptible to witness his movements.
Oh my God, this cope.
And the last couple of years, all of my planning has finally come to fruition.
This is a multi-year plan to defeat the detractors. Okay, Phil, let's hear it.
You've only strengthened their resolve.
Yes.
You've brought us.
Years of planning has brought us to this moment.
I don't even know what to fucking say.
By the way, we can tell that he didn't plan this out. He didn't bait us into anything because all of the screenshots of these messages were from the 17th and 18th of this month, from yesterday. So what happened was Phil claimed he was taking a stream off to do his taxes, but what he was actually doing was desperately damage controlling and going through all of these messages so that he could try and preempt us. Look, this stream.
Mustadramus in chat says, now you know why we fucking hate this guy. Like, yeah. I had an idea, but it's crazy.
I robbed Kino Casino.
We've made the most money in the last season.
And listen, in a sense, he's right. He robbed us of our time.
Yes.
He did waste our time. And that's why I demanded that he apologize for wasting my time.
Yeah.
Which I didn't even demand a public apology.
He robbed my patience.
I just wanted this guy man to man to just apologize to me for his shortcomings of being such a boring, worthless fucking bum. And none of this would be happening right now. No DMs would have ever leaked. We would have moved on from Phil to another Joker or whatever. But the guy could not put his pride aside even to that degree and threw his own family under the bus. All of this medical information about her. I didn't do that. I didn't list the conditions that she had.
That's pathetic.
It's just pathetic, Phil. By the way, Papa Polecat has gifted 5 subs.
He robbed us of our patience, of like our chat time when he was in there crying and begging.
I mean, listen, that's all he ended up robbing. But in exchange for robbing us of our time and robbing our fans of a little bit of money, he in the end ended up worse off than he ever could have been under any other scenario.
Yeah.
He lost everything. And now it's just like insane, mind-broken mental delusion. It's crazy stuff.
And we made money off of him. And now we have a new segment we could do because we're not pretending to be his friend. Beautiful.
Yes.
Thank you. What? Even
RTU just laughs.
He turns invisible. Look.
He just laughs.
Invisible.
I'm not kidding. I'm not
How did you, Rob?
fucking kidding.
Look, RTU is a floating ghost right now. Laughing, going, how the fuck? All right, let's hear the plan.
Everything that you have seen happen,
he thinks he's Scott Tenorman, must die. Like,
yes, he thinks he has this master plan, and it's just...
Swear to God,
ain't
has
it?
been part of my plan all along. Because all of you think I'm so fucking stupid. You all
are.
thought that
yes,
this was
you
so
are.
Wait, pause. And also a big thing is
you are stupid.
Now he's banning anyone mentioning us or mentioning the drama or any of the memes.
Yeah.
Which
is a really good way to turn them into permanent haters, Phil.
Yeah, but now you have this 1-year plan, and now no one can talk about your 1-year plan. How does that make any sense?
Shouldn't you be excited, like that people are talking about your brilliant master plan and giving you props on how you felted the detractors and destroyed the casino?
What?
Oh wait, nobody is giving you props because they know it's all nonsense and they're just felting you and you're crying about it. That's why you're banning them.
Failure.
He got fooled. He had to
4 days to come up with a better cope, and this is what he came up with. And I said this earlier, all Phil had to do was apologize to me, And I would have come up with this kayfabe where the entire last week was actually just a play off John Cena's heel turn,
and then try to bring him back in.
And we would have brought him back in as another whack packer, having Buck broken him successfully and made him obedient to us completely.
Yeah,
you know, we would have allowed it all to be walked. We would have allowed it all to be walked back under a kayfabe excuse. But since you leaked and confirmed that everything I said was true, well, I can't kayfabe cope it anymore, Phil. You stupid fuck. You're an idiot.
100% had this planned since day one.
Phil.
And
buddy.
Just let review tech go. Like,
I can't even pretend to believe he thought that ever, dude. He was sucking our cocks.
No,
I don't believe you.
Bring it up.
Bring it up.
Bring
Review
it up.
tech dub. Bring it up. Look at
Been
Phil.
watching
He's
you
like
now for over a decade.
Oh, suffer Phil.
I know you better than you know yourself.
You were full in on this, Andy. You're
Wait, pause. By the way, Ashton, you know what I just thought of? He says later that we snake people, but he's saying here that he's had a year-long plan to snake us.
Yes.
So it doesn't even like.
No, it doesn't make any sense. It's all contradictory. It's like a child's lies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He can't even keep his own story straight, even when there's nobody there pressing him about it.
Yeah.
gaming soulmate.
Okay. Rich, I got the receipts. And we're going to look at them together right now.
Yes! like, this is so amazing. This is so amazing.
Are you
I
ready?
would like to see these. Yes, Philip.
This is the briefcase
Oh
of
my
Andy and
God.
Ashton.
Briefcase.
Every single time that we go through a topic and I
Took no
expose them
chips out.
for who they really are, they're going to lose a few chips.
Wait, pause. At the end, did he take out the chips or no?
No, he never actually took out the review tech, no selling, the whole thing. That at no point during this did he ever actually take any chips out. But neither could he take any chips out because he never exposed any lies or contradictions. All he did was confirm that everything I said this week was completely true, and then dumped all of the receipts proving that everything I said was true.
Oh my God. By the way,
It's a total disaster.
oh, Ashton, that's the case from Pulp Fiction. That's what was inside.
And we're going to see at the end how many chips these two have left over.
All of them, actually. We ended up with all of the chips, Phil. All of the chips. By the way, we got poop side Phil _ fat dumb wife for 5
subs.
And everything he showed, by the way, made me out to be a really good guy who was trying to help him. Is the crazy to look at this guy? He's an idiot. He was trying to be nice to me. Like, okay, Phil.
Yeah.
This feels like retcon to me, Phil, but sure.
Oh! God
The
damn.
truth! And Phil knows it. Zoom in on Phil. Phil knows he got called out with the truth. He knows it's a retcon. He knows he's full of shit, but he's desperately like, come on, Rich, come on, just go along with it. Just go along with it. They made fun of your blind daughter. I mean, so did I, but, don't pay any attention to that Rich.
Holy fuck.
Prove it to me.
Sure.
Let me see.
We're
All
good.
right.
No worries, man.
We're good.
All right. So
Uh-oh.
let's get started, shall we? I'm changing my screen so if you don't, because Rich, you can't see any of this, obviously. I'm going to let you know what I'm actually doing here. And
Well, why don't you share screen with him, you idiot?
Wait, what?
Oh, my God.
By the way, could you hold Alt and drag out the black and the fucking it's retarded? Hey guys, look at
It's going to
this.
be very hard for you to see, but I'm going to be
Fucking
reading
I'm
dumb
this
already
as
on
well.
this. I'm already on the stream too.
Okay. Let me actually
Wait, he's watching the 17-second delayed replay?
Yes.
Oh my
Rather
God.
than just having Phil share his screen like any other show would do through Discord, he's going to have to suffer through 17-second delay.
Oh my gosh.
resize you here so that you can actually be, here we go.
Oh, there. Oh, thank God. It's still black.
So here's the funny part, folks.
I'm so OCD about that shit.
All this week, there's been all these threats thrown around by Kino Casino saying, God forbid that any of these private messages be leaked that I had with Phil or we had with Phil, because these private messages would be so damning, so bad.
I mean, listen, Phil, they actually are pretty damning, man.
Yeah.
The fact, like, regardless of whether you're telling the truth or you're lying. So let's look at it. So what Phil's story is he lied to me about how his wife had cancer, his wife had thyroid issues, she had ovarian issues, and so she became religious, and he lied to me about all of this so he didn't have to portray a bad guy character on an internet show. That's his story.
Twisted.
That's
sick.
That's fucking demented. That's sick and that's fucking twisted, Phil. Like, that's actually one of the worst things that anybody on the internet has ever done.
And then
this is
calls
like
us a snake.
This is boogie tier shit. You're also saying you lied about the death of an animal. You're saying you lied about your parents being terminally ill and having to visit them in April. Which, by the way, Phil, when you disappear for a week to visit your parents in April, it's going to confirm what you said was true.
He's gonna cancel
and
it
that
now.
you're so you're gonna miss out on your dying mother's like final wish to see you. You're gonna miss out on time with your dying mother in order to own the detractors. Is that really what you're gonna do, Phil?
He is. No, he is.
Like,
it's
actually like genuinely sickening what you're trying to say. Or, and this is the thing, like, you got embarrassed because you got drunk at 4 a.m. and cried your heart out to a fucking fat troll on the internet. So that's really the only two possibilities here, Phil. Like, and neither one of them really looked that good. But at least with the second one, you could have at least said, I really thought he was my friend. I really trusted him. Saying, yeah, I'm an evil piece of shit. I would lie about all that stuff. I'm a manipulative scumbag. I'm actually worse. I'm an even bigger manipulative scumbag and drama monger than the Kino Casino. That's what you're saying now, Phil, which is twisted. And so you're now getting the worst of both worlds, because everybody with a brain can see it's option 2. But if they don't agree that it's option 2, option 1 is even worse.
Yeah. It's actually twisted, man.
He is hiding from it, and we're counting down to when we leak the messages.
Yeah.
I already put the messages online.
Thank you.
I was so happy. I was so happy I didn't have to actually put out the messages, because, I've never leaked the messages before like that.
No.
I've never gone snake mode like that. And Phil's made it so I didn't have to go snake mode. He just, the blood's on his hands. He wants to be that bad guy. He wants to be that snake. Okay, Phil.
By the end of this show, I'm going to give you can all read them for yourselves in full.
Okay.
I'm not kidding.
Yeah, we were using you.
We know, yeah.
Yeah.
Because this was my plan
This doesn't
all along.
sound like 4D chess. This sounds like damage control.
The truth.
Thank you, RTU.
Rich just destroyed him. And Rich isn't the sharpest tool in the shed by any means. And he's stoned out of his mind 99% of every waking hour of his life. But even he can see through these eyes. Like, this is Pinocchio level. Like, you can basically see Phil's nose grow as he tells these tales.
Control here.
This sounds like you're just trying to get in front of what they're going to say.
There's nothing to say.
That's exactly what it is.
As you're going to see and what we're going to go through.
By the way, hey, we're going to leak the messages. Ha! I'll leak the messages first. Okay.
It's
okay.
so
That they
good.
think
Like,
so.
he really thought. The thing is so now he gives us an entire show of us being able to go through this cope. And then he gives us another entire show with Gundam where we can then go through the full DMs and laugh our asses off at him. So instead of cucking us, he gave us our biggest show in months. Our biggest show now since November is this show tonight.
Election stream. Yeah. Holy fuck.
I think they have
And Friday's going to be fucking lit, guys.
already planned
Yes.
ahead of time. every single thing that
Remember, 7:30 Eastern, 1 hour early tomorrow on Friday.
them was either a lie, a half-truth, or something to buy their confidence.
Hey, I'm the biggest snake in the world.
Yeah, so he's just saying he's a total manipulative liar, scumbag. Okay, because he's
Okay.
embarrassed.
So they would
Yeah.
think that over time they would have something on. I'm tired of being pushed around. I really am. All right,
Like,
I'm gonna be
what a
honest with you. And
I gotta be real. Like, what a pathetic thing to say. I'm tired of being pushed around. Well, who's allowing yourself to be pushed around? You are. Because you're allowing what people say on the internet about you to control and dictate your reality because you seethe and react to it. And I kept telling this guy, and you'll see probably a half dozen times throughout our DMs, you don't have to react to this stuff. You don't have to react to some random commenter in chat. You don't have to react to June the King's documentary. You don't have to do any of this stuff, Phil. But he can't help himself. It's like pathological that he has to try and control the narrative. And then he wonders why he ends up with egg on his face constantly.
Well, it's funny because we were making him the whack pack for us, right? But you did give genuinely decent advice, like at the same time to be like, and then he's like, no. And then you're like, okay.
And by the way,
well,
this is by definition getting pushed around. You've been put into such a corner by us that you decided the only option you had was to preemptively leak DMs that make you look retarded.
yeah.
So you were pushed around.
And evil.
And you did exactly what we wanted you to do. And above and beyond. Once again, you were just puppeteered effortlessly, Philip.
All I do
Holy.
is beg for 10 subs.
Subs! Let's
Get some
go!
subs. Let's go. Big support. Thank you so much for the big support. All I do is beg, man. You've been fucking...
internet
all
right
you guys,
now.
all you guys. Thank you.
Back in 2023, when I did that side scrollers interview, and that
You were
interview
demolished.
Where Craig
went how it
pushed
did,
you in, like you pushed your
Yeah.
shit in, okay?
and I walked out of there thinking, not a lot of people are gonna like me, but
True.
at least
No,
that interview's
that's
out
not
there, and
true.
now I don't have to worry about.
Like, what?
No, this is a retcon. Phil thought the interview went amazing. The interview was great. He thought that they treated him amazing and he proved his case and felted the detractors. It was only days later when he realized how bad it went and when he saw them reading detractor super chats and making money that Phil then thought it went badly. This is once again another retcon. It's delusional.
Mm-hmm.
About this bullshit anymore. And then the next day,
because those interviews make you seem disingenuous, Phil.
Well, yeah.
Like,
Well,
think
because
about
you
how
are
simple-
disingenuous, Phil. Like,
fair enough.
Think about how simple would have been to show, like, hey, just show me that down from which we know is your account now, which we know you're still using, by the way.
Based RT. No,
the
seriously.
truth just destroyed him.
By the way, toss for that mobile game, you can't sell your account.
Yes.
So, like, he'd fucking lose it in a second, and he didn't sell it. He did
Well,
not sell
the
it.
guy admitted to me behind the scenes multiple times that it was still him. And on one of our last Discord calls that we had, he straight up out and out told me that he was down from the rafters. Like,
How much did he spend on the whole, like, total, do you think?
I think it was 80,000 or
Ho-
more.
That's so pathetic, dude. That's a
Well,
down
at
payment for
one
a
point-
house.
No, but at one point in this cope session, he's going to try and say that the reason I invited him to Hogan's was because I was a bigger wrestling mark than he was. Now, coming from anybody else, I would accept that.
Yeah.
But I can't accept it from a guy who spent $80,000 on a WWE
100,000, they're saying.
200,000? Like, it's crazy.
Buddy, how do you even fucking do that, dude? He's done other mobile games too, apparently, says Danny.
Yeah, he did Supercard, which he said that he had spent more money on than Champions. It's crazy.
Whoa, no wonder he's fucking
It's
broke.
probably it's in the six figures at this point. I mean, I was being very conservative with $80,000 because I know what was proven through the bank leaks was over $40,000 to WWE champions, but it's probably beyond that now.
That's actually like, how does his wife like? I don't say like let your wife control
she
your
has
money,
to work,
but
she has to work part-time, by the way, while she's sick that comes in on a WWE mobile game. Like,
Oh
the
my
fact when he's
God.
saying about how sick she is and in bad health she is, and she still has to go out and work part-time just so that she can have any sort of money of her own is very disgusting from Phil.
That's actually, I didn't even know that was that much.
Down from the
I thought it
rafter.
was 20K for some reason. Why did I think it was 20K? Like, it's still bad, 20K, but in like what, 14 years? Like, okay, that's bad. 100K. I mean, 20K is still bad. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Is my
But
WWE champion.
20K in 1 month?
Yeah, I mean, he spends thousands and thousands and
Oh.
thousands a week.
Oh.
Champions account. My sweaty man addiction is there. And then you were like,
And then he has the gall to say you bought a Hogan shirt and a belt? Who gives a fuck?
Well, the whole part of the reason I bought that stuff was to try and get him more addicted to buying stuff. So, like, that was why I would buy the title belts. Like, I did want the title belt, don't get me wrong. But part of my thinking was, if I buy these title belts and I show them on stream, then Darkside Phil might be tempted to start buying stupid title belts for $1,000 and blow even more of his money. But he's actually such a dented fucking mark that he doesn't even want physical, tangible things. He just wants sweaty JPEGs of wrestlers.
By the way,
So that didn't work. But I did manage to get him buying the physical cards, which I think is good. And we may get him full on like boss manified gambling on stake to ruin his money. But you see, like, I can actually explain like how I was manipulating Phil and how I was gassing him up.
yeah.
And that's just one point. Whereas Phil, throughout this entire thing, can't explain in any way how he actually manipulated or felt at us at all.
By the way, you also bought those
No, June
things.
Bug. I never played WWE Champions.
No, he never
Holy
played it.
fuck.
Oh wait, Ashton, you also don't buy that stuff and go, "Hey guys, I need money for taxes." You know what I mean?
No.
Like, yeah. Duty Stream says 42K in 2024 alone. What the? That's a twist, a sickness.
you know, I got to protect my family, which made no sense, Phil.
Yes.
That made zero sense. How does showing a username in a game, that's the equivalent of like showing a gamer tag on like your Xbox Series X. And you said, and then you do, when you had him on the show, and he said, I forget the exact wording. I just thought of this now. I do have notes, by the way, but so you weren't telling the truth, and you said,
You
to
know,
him, it
it's
doesn't matter if I was
crazy.
telling the
When Review Tech has notes, you know shit's serious.
Yeah.
Like, Review Tech wouldn't ever fucking make notes for anything else.
Ever.
Holy.
No editing, no notes.
truth or
No
not,
effort,
it's
no
still an
prep ever.
Yeah.
answer.
That's right. Because I wasn't there to give them some kind of an insane, truthful expose on anything. The whole idea was I give you an interview. Doesn't matter if you like it or not, but I'll give you an interview. And then we're supposed to actually continue on with content. I was supposed to be a regular guest on their show.
But he sucked so fucking bad.
No, but this is all like demented shit in Phil's mind.
Well, we
Like, I
didn't
don't
want him
believe-
on regularly.
No,
Never.
I think he's talking about Craig and like the side scroller shit.
Wait. What?
And he's talking about how
That's
he would be a
crazier.
regular guest on there, I'm pretty sure. And I don't think Craig ever offered that to Phil or that was ever in the cards, but that's what Phil thinks.
Wait, what? Wait, what?
That situation was going to be. And Phil thought that they were going to play Mario Kart together. And that's one thing he was super sad about, was that he didn't get to play Mario Kart with those guys because he wants a friend so bad.
Oh my gosh.
which was actually the original premise of being on it, is that I was going to be on there, add my
Come
2
on,
cents towards
Phil.
topics and everything, get some exposure, maybe bring some viewers over to my channel. Some of my viewers go to their channel.
Wait,
They didn't give
Is
me
it
that
confirmed, right? Craig never said any of this, right?
No, he never said any of that to Phil.
Okay.
respect, because after the interview, they decided to make endless amounts of content for weeks to months about me,
Yeah.
crapping
Oh,
on
no.
me and making tons of money. And the
Who
problem
cares?
is that negates the whole premise of the interview. An
No, it
interview
doesn't.
is supposed to be you just ask questions, you give answers, and then the audience has to judge for themselves, not right
Like
after the interview ends.
Darkside Phil has no understanding after 15 years of being in business on the internet of how the internet actually works. He hasn't a fucking clue how any of this is supposed to work.
I'm blown away.
It's actually sad.
The interviewers say, oh, well, that whole thing was bullshit. We don't like that guy and he's an asshole. Don't believe him. You've completely disingenuously conducted that interview if that's how you behave yourself
No,
after,
Phil,
in my opinion.
how are you talking about being disingenuous on an interview when you admit that you were lying to them the entire saying, well, a lie is still an answer. Who cares if it's a lie?
Wait.
And then you're going to talk about how somebody else is disingenuous, Phil. And then, by the way, you're going to talk about how you lied and manipulated us for 8 months straight. And then talk about how somebody else is disingenuous with an interview, Phil. Like, Phil, that's not how life works. You don't just get to establish a different set of rules for yourself because you believe that you're a wholly wonderful person and then apply different rules to other people. Like, that's not how life works.
Okay.
So,
Phil, every radio show or talk show has after shows about the guests that they have.
Yes.
On. And
Wait, and by
Well,
the
I
way,
mean, what reaction were they supposed to give you, Phil? Were they supposed to go along with your obvious lies and lie to their audience and then get shit on by their audience for telling them obvious lies that a child could see through?
wait,
Like, what are you thinking, Phil?
Ashton, but it doesn't make sense. So you said you were going to be a regular on their show, but you lied to them the entire time? What
Yeah.
the fuck are you that's retarded.
He said it's
You
not a
weren't.
lie if you believe it. That's something he's actually said.
Oh my gosh.
truthful, so their take on you was right. So I'm not really sure where you're coming from with that. Like,
Yeah.
fair enough, but that's not even what we're here for today, okay? And I get it. We already argued
So
about
Phil uses the
the
power of
side scroller thing.
deflection because he knows he's felt it on that line of questioning.
Yeah.
So he has to deflect and go, no, we're actually here to go after the casino. Okay, Phil.
for ages. They're not even the topic of discussion here. But after the side scrollers, thing,
No way, Brian. Is that true? DJ Trump real? Got unbanned? Phil caved into the terrace. You know he's getting buck broken then at that point.
Ooh.
You know shit's bad because he didn't hit the goal this morning despite everything he did. Tonight, he was really struggling to hit the goal. The last update I got a half hour ago was he was at like $60. So you know he's hurting if he's caving to the chat, caving to the casino, and unbanning DJ Trump real. That's tough. He's at $75. Jesus, Philip.
Let's get some subs to fucking R him.
Let's get
I'm
some
having no-
subs
Let's
to
get
Phil.
some
Phil.
subs.
Let's get 20 subs right now to just easily crush everything he's made so far.
Yeah.
off of people on the internet. Always
$82. Let's make $82 of
constantly
subs.
using me as the butt of
Check donos.
By the way, we got quite a few donos that came in. We have Papa Polecat
Yo,
for $20.
All right, Reed, I'm gonna take a piss then, okay?
Yeah. Papa Polecat for $20. This was gold. You did